Hello friends, strange people of Earth. I hope you're surviving the apocalypse out there and here or wherever in hell we are. Woo, this one's interesting. So I was really inspired to wear my wings today because my whole essence is fairy and I always feel like a fairy. So I went to this event thing and here I am. And the first words that are coming to me are angel. And there's this other winged character, real wispy winged character, along with this one as well. This wispy winged character. And the first card that came out was death. Because, my loves, it is time as a species. There's something really cool happening. It's like I'm being shown the alien is being reborn, regenerated. It's during the gestation and the process, the DNA goes through in some sort of futurist, just like how the sperm cell swims into the future, like how the DNA goes and coils together and makes the ladder, that process is always showing us that it upgrades. It has some sort of like evolution. And now we're really, really smart. Like we use our brains in a different kind of way. We're not trying to be cavemen anymore. That's not appealing to us anymore. So I think there is a underlying frequency that's asking all of humanity to urgently tap into, meaning get started on your spiritual journey. Like if you're being called to do something like change jobs, right? Something as simple as same, field, but different workplace. Something needs to change in the patterns because there's a lot being held back. While there's a lot to harvest that's not being cultivated. It's like we could be spending so much more time and energy on productive, positive, progressive things that support and promote happy, healthy people. But we're holding on so strongly to I need my sounds right now, guys. So I'm seeing we're going through these spiritual awakenings, and now for many evolved people or progressed, maybe had a few ego deaths, are starting to feel okay, what's next? There's something coming, right? Yes, the answer I'm receiving, that I'm being guided, is yes. Right now, humanity is in a fetus crystal, we're crystallizing, we're forming, we're changing, we're molecular DNA changing. And the ways that we can help, because we're so intelligent and we have the internet and we're so productive, we got all this time, is really focus on what are the authorities in our life. If you're a Christian, you go, is the authority Jesus to where you go to church. If you're a doctor, maybe it's the person that's the head of your hospital. Whoever the authority, it's often parents, right? The authority being parents. These figures in your mind are now being shown to you that this wasn't going to evolve you. This wasn't going to put you in the state of ecstasy, the birthright to just feel great, to be in heaven, to be nourished and content and whole and hydrated, you know, quenched and everything, like all of the beautiful things that are meant for, like everything that's meant for you on this earth to like experience. You're really evaluating who told you what and which voices of yours did you listen to versus paths you're following of other voices in your head that you now think is you. Well, this pattern has you really immersed in what you have built. So you've established and worked like brick by brick, you know, you really put together a house or a foundation, a conception, context, like everything you believe is being challenged. You're recognizing, you have enough intelligence to see forward that you're like, hold on, something's not adding up. When we identify the little voice in our head that says, do this thing, don't do this thing, when we can separate desire from inspiration, right? Like I'm inspired to go do this thing. I'm inspired to go try something new versus I'm indulging or going with my desires. I'm letting my flesh lead. You know, like we have to really be able to evaluate when we're leading based on what we're inspired to do, to be surrounded by versus physical needs. Taking action towards our physical needs. We're really leaving behind a mindset where we clearly weren't actually reaching our greatest potential. We were still listening to the mind codes of others and the frequencies, and all that energy is real smothered up in our energies. So we're becoming spiritually evolved enough to identify walking away from the criticism, being ostracized, being made fun of. Like, I'm wearing fairy wings, does that offend you? Like, you know, like stupid stuff like that. It's like when I was little and I wanted to wear glitter and fairy wings, everyone thought it was cool. But you want to wear glitter and fairy wings as an adult, people start to think you're loony. It's interesting, right? Well, again, I do sense a door available. So what is a door? A door is something you can choose to walk through. It doesn't necessarily like come flying at you and tell you to open it, right? But then think of another thing. It's like, think of someone banging on the door, right? Think of all the things we can think about a door. A door makes squeaky sounds when it opens. We could be fearful of what's on the other side of a door. We could receive energy through a door, like a package, or we could carry something through the door. There's so many things a door represents. And I'm seeing this window saying, you have a choice humans. You can stay here as long as you want. In this grief and this sorrow and this sadness and this game, right? But we're here. We're like this council. Look, this is the team, the angelic team of elevated beings high enough to promote more peace on the planet, right? Like, I think that's what a lot of people's misconception and misunderstanding about spirituality is. Like, our planet's suffering and it's of need of intervention. And us humans aren't doing the right thing. And it's very ego of us and superficial of us to believe we're in control of the planet and we're just gonna force and dictate and govern all of reality. Well, when you dig enough into metaphysics and spirituality, it's quite obvious there's a hierarchy of intelligent beings outside of three-dimensional space governing and dictating and future this, you know, there's another hierarchy government. And they are interfering enough and have the capability of interfering to the point where it can be not great for us. There is a benefit for us all if we could cooperate, if we can work as a team and shake hands. But the longer we hold on to these concepts, this need to just fit in and be emotionally manipulated. That's what this is. It's emotional manipulation, to be told that your feelings are inaccurate. Like, if you feel scared and someone's like, I feel scared, I don't want to do that thing. I don't know. There's something about true feelings have been hidden from us by some veil that we coded. Each one of us coded a fear code, which made these veils in front of our eyes where we couldn't really see. So it's like shedding these layers and finding individuality. Like, it's so important to discover yourself. 1313, to see like who you are. And if you've always been told who you are, you really might not know. There's a beauty in knowing who you are. Whoa. Imagination. See what I'm seeing? Because we're supposed to imagine a world. Imagine a whole new world. Look, don't play with me. We're just to imagine a reality into being. And right now we're imagining dark things. Keep your head up. Take a break. Underground. Interesting. So, imagination, keep your head up. So what I'm seeing here is, this is going actually two ways with the underground. I see the layers that we have to dig into the subconscious mind to unearth the reality, guys, that we're more than just evolved monkeys. Like, there's clearly a connection between ape or monkey or whatever and some sort of alien-like entity, whatever. Like, there's so many options of what we want to call that. Jungle, right? Monkey, culture, what? There ain't no church in the wild. It's a jungle out there. Culture has taught us way down we go, 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 go. Way down we go. I don't know who sings that. Oh, oh. So I'm seeing, oh, interesting. It's like there are these spirits, like the natives of the lands from like before this modern time would speak of like the spirits, right? And then we have this mythology that fires us up, it ignites us, right? To be magical or have a superpower or connect to your extraterrestrial self it's a birthright, basically. We don't have to just be apes. We don't have to just be barbaric. And that doesn't mean like going out and being barefoot, but more like fighting, how do I say that? Because I do believe in the sport of fighting. So I don't want to like discredit that. But there's something about the waste of time. It's making our brain like we're wasting time that could be building brain cells. We could be becoming more intelligent rather than barbaric, you know? Like there's so much access now to information that it's still fun to have competition in sport and that kind of fight or whatever, but there's also a great need for intellect, which we haven't utilized as much in the past. So it's like really significant. Control your anger or you will be sorry. With the whale, great worry over nothing. The whale said, everything is in perfect timing. You don't have to do anything. Great worry over nothing, meaning like we humans are worried about all that's happening when the earth and the animals and everybody, they know instinctually and intuitively that things are just as they are supposed to be. Control your anger or you will be sorry. Lightning. This is speaking about frequencies like anger. How consuming it is. Someone full of rage is going to attract something of equal substance, right? Same with like fear or guilt, you know, consuming, drowning energies. I'm really seeing people digging their own graves. And I feel like that's how it has been. And the future's more about you understanding the importance of knowledge and wisdom, gaining information through book form, through storytelling and teacher, and also from intuition and nature and God and the ether and your imagination. We're just being a bit stubborn, you know. It's not really, it's not even good or bad. It's just acknowledging it. Like, some of us really feel this, and it's not fun to be bullied. Like, there's no reason to attack people or be hateful, show aggression when you don't agree with or like something. You literally can be in disagreement without attacking, without, yeah. Simple as that. Older man fell on take a break and underground because this is like the manipulation for so many centuries now. We're needing to reevaluate our belief systems. It's that simple. It's like these men that decided what we're going to worship and follow, and what they're going to destroy and who they're going to kill, and what's that other word with the E, where you take a whole people out? G. It's with a G. Sounds like not apple cider with a G. Gino. Cider. Okay. Way down we go, go, go. And way down we go, 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 go. The eagle on the wheel. Indecisiveness and allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Rolling around, not really doing much, not really achieving much, not really knowing where we're going or setting a vision or a belief to bring in a particular type of future. That's where we need to adopt a different mindset and become the eagle, which is the ability to rise high above a situation and always respect the order of heart being under the mind, meaning like there's this filter where heart and mind have to agree, right? There's this agreement that's made for decision making. And that's important right now. Because each little decision that you make, if your heart says no, but your mind says yes, that's something to evaluate. To get in a notebook and start writing that down. Like, there's just popping noises outside. Writing down in the notebook that which your mind is programmed, meaning like, I have to work, I have to pay for this, I have to have this, I have to look like this. And if your heart and mind don't agree, there needs to be a category for that, right? And the more you do that, the more your reality will produce for you what you need. And it's all going to be coming from the esoteric, the spider web, that we're all connected, the energetic. For whatever reason, we called the internet the web first, because it's clearly a quantum space of some kind. I don't know, I'm not tech, but there's some sort of web, literally, that if me and someone on the other side of the planet connect intellectually or based on our heart or whatever, there becomes this like actual connection. That's a real thing. Like, we can't even explain it, you know? Conditioning, it's conditioning. Way down we go. Ooh. All right, ready on. Sorry. And way down we go. I've been playing with a lot of different energies lately, so I'm like a little bit tired. Ooh, ooh. Okay, tick tock. And yen. Time. Time floating in the wind. 3 and 2 make 5. Change. Change. Yeah, the way that you receive. And so this is showing me like your mind thinks about things, it creates logic and patterns and recognition and formulas and calendars and charts and graphs around whatever you compute into your data bank. And this one's like the part of you that processes like, ooh, I like the taste of ice cream. I like how the wind feels when I ride a bike. I like sitting in front of the ocean. I like reading this book or watching this show or playing with this animal or being with these people. The feelings and the heartfelt, what makes you happy, these two things need to match. They need to mirror each other and say, it's logical, because any extreme can be toxic. So you can be too angelic and need to go do something just a little bad, like a little, just like bad for you though, not like extreme, not like go do something crazy and get arrested, but like what do you call them? Meal cheating, cheat meal, something like that. Have a cheat meal, have a lazy night or whatever, right? Whatever it is that you can just have that little indulgence to be satisfied with being a person, a human on this planet in such a time where we're struggling. That might be it. Let's see. Regeneration, huh? That's what wants to end at the bottom there. When we started off with the death card, which is all about shedding the old and bringing in the new. Just like a volcano is gonna burn everything away, 2828, and then it's gonna be all sad for a moment, but then you get the purest earth underneath that starts to grow life again. Libra, balance. Balance. That makes a lot of sense. Because we're talking about the polarity of logic and mind and heart. Balance of the two. Then we got 10. You have 10, 10. Where was the other 10? Oh, 10. 10 of cups, 10 of materials, the number 10. I think the goal here is when we can reverse, meaning like this is in reverse, it's saying we're not being fulfilled emotionally. When we could flip this emotional, meaning we learn the lesson, that's what it means. If we learn the lesson, we get to flip the emotions upward and make this decision. So this decision card, she's like, what do I do? Do I do this thing? Do I go that way? Do I do both? Once we get our emotions in check, right? Because even here our emotions are in reverse. It's like, we're not feeling it. We're not feeling it. then we can get to busting a groove, like into this chapter of a much happier existence where we're not so weird with each other, you know, like an actual meeting place for people to feel connected and bonded because of humanity, of being brothers and sisters, literally, rather than listening to this old geezer who told us some crazy things that have us all tripped up right now. We gotta let great granddaddy rest in peace and forge a new reality that makes sense for the future, not for the past, but for the kids that are gonna be living in this reality once we're old and dead. Okay? Because it does happen. We have to